Hello there, my name is Spencer7x7 from the YouTube channel Awesome Lade 7x7. If you have some spare time, do you mind if I interview you for my channel? A lot of my viewers would love to see that.
Of course you may. A lot of us at Azure Lane are used to having our names out there and our portraits and the like. What better way to be immortalized for your service than to be on the internet? Feel free to head down to the dock I hang out at and grab your camera equipment. I promise that you won't be disappointed at the sights.
This just going to be a text only, but thank you. I first want to say that you are my favorite ship girl and I'm glad to have the chance to write to you.
I'm glad to be your favorite. A lot of our battles are at sea and I find that sometimes we get lonely and the crews on the destroyers and smaller ships can't accommodate all of us heavy cruisers. So I spend as much time as I can docked and I'm always happy to speak with fans of Azure Lane.
Anyhow, let's start. First of all, who is your best friend at the base?
That's a simple one to answer. My younger sister, Atago. We are always looking out for each other and we are practically attached at the hip. She's a big help on base and in our dorm rooms. But I'm not the only ship who will answer that way. Everyone here on base is willing to help anyone out of a sticky situation.
I figured you would answer that, but other than Atago, who else at the base you feel you can call your friend?
The ship known as Hood is a fantastic comrade and I have to say that she does help out us heavy cruisers a lot because she too is a heavy cruiser. She's not quite at our level but she's up there. I have spent a lot of my time at base with Prince of Wales. She's great for conversation and an even better drinking buddy.
Ah, interesting. How do you feel about the fact that there's a lot of fan art of you around on the internet?
Oh, there is? Well, I can understand why. I'm well put together and I am considered one of the most beautiful ships in the fleet. I'm glad that our fan base is so passionate about all of us. I'm sure that they would love to meet all of us in person.
I see. Does it not bother you some of these artworks can be rather risque in nature?
Oh, that's a good question. You see, as one of our base's heavy cruisers and a sister of the Atago class, we were given a lot of autonomy in battle. We are capable of handling ourselves without a constant connection back to the base. We are capable of our own individual thinking and we are able to do whatever we want off base. With a lot of our time here at port, we take up hobbies or we look for things to do. Some of us read a lot of books, we get into writing and art and some of us find that our skills are better suited elsewhere.
After the war with the sirens, what would you like to do the most?
Well, when I'm not doing military duties or spending time with my younger sisters on base, I like to be by myself. I feel like everyone in Azure Lane deserves a break, myself included. I like to just stare out into the sea when it gets quiet and there's not a lot of action, and I feel like one of the few ships who can afford to do that is me and the other heavy cruisers. I just like how peaceful it is to just stare out into the sea and soak up the sun.
That seems very pleasant indeed.
Being a heavy cruiser in a fleet of battleships and destroyers can be quite tiring. Heavy cruisers are expected to take point a lot of the time and act like little shields to protect our comrades because we can take the hits a lot better. But we also have a lot of firepower to make ourselves the front line. Sometimes it gets tiring, but a bit of sunlight and quiet time can really help.
You talk a lot about battleships and destroyers, but what do you think about carriers, particularly Akagi?
Akagi is one of the most dedicated carrier girls I've ever seen. She is always on top of her game and she is always the first carrier to take off when a battle starts. Her dedication to protecting the ships beneath her is unmatched and I couldn't ask for a better carrier to take point in a battle. She's also a very good friend to me on base. She tends to be very fun to party with and she has a good heart in there. We get along perfectly.
She does not act crazy around you? Akagi is known to be not sane in the head.
Oh, she absolutely acts crazy around me. Don't get me wrong. Her craziness and bloodlust is very real. Her dedication to defending the ships beneath her is the only thing that keeps the others like her in check. I mean that her heart is big and I don't think she has bad intentions in acting the way she does. I think she just has a ton of energy and passion. And that's something I can respect.
Never thought about it that way.
In battle, Akagi does go a little crazy. I've seen her dive and claw like there's no tomorrow to get to her planes and strike the enemy. And her power is something to witness. But at home, she's a little more mild and easy to talk to and she is not always fighting people at base. She's a fun girl with a big heart.
That's good to know. Anyways, thank you so much for your time today. Before we finish, is there anything else you want to say to our viewers?
Well, as someone who's been at the front of many battles, I'd like to say this. If you want to be strong and fight like a hero like we do at Azure Lane, you have to be healthy. So eat well, drink plenty of water, get some rest, stretch in the morning, and always make sure your equipment is in working order before a mission.
Good advice indeed. Thank you once again and have a good one.
Oh, one more thing. Don't make fun of our rigging. We take great pride in our rigging, both on and off base. It's just something we all love and it represents us. We've all modified our rigging to suit our needs and it's just a very personal thing to us. And we take pride in showing it all off to other people.
Okay.